to just we're getting lunch at
Beijing House. Shout out to Alice.
well, the lesson number one that I learned in my 20s is to be a frequent. What is the lesson? A freak? No. Be consistent. We consistently have tried out this restaurant. We brought our family. We brought our friends. We spent our Thanksgiving here. Gonna make a quick run to Walmart. And God, it's taking forever. We have a flight that we gotta catch in about 2 hours. About 2 hours, we gotta head over to catch a flight soon. And she's out here trying to figure out.
Happy birthday.
The breathing part, I love you, thank you. I don't want the internet thinking I don't love my wife. He's like, look how he looks at her. It's so terrible. But yeah. We have to, she's not even done packing. She loves me.
Okay.
She's not even done packing, so we're probably cooked. And she's trying to figure, we're trying to find contact solution like travel size, but sometimes Walmart has it, sometimes they don't, but yeah. We made it to the airport with the craziest time.
Thank you, Milus.
Yeah, we
Thank you, Lord.
don't know the true departure time because we're seeing 2 different times on our, whatchamacallit, our pass in comparison to the ticket or whatever is like displayed. So hopefully we're not super late. We're gonna see. All right, we better hop on TSA.
And randomly getting a feel for God's heart for them and how He's.
So we got to my brother and sister's house, and they got me this wall, balloons. I don't know what happened to the other P, but I get the sentiment. Cool thing too, because we're spending Christmas with them. We each got these really high class Christmas pajamas, so Christmas Eve is gonna be a movie.
Yeah. I'm so excited. We might have to come like every year.
But no, it's been hell of a ride today. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
The cool thing about having your birthday around Christmas is that the next day you get to celebrate Christmas. Man, Merry Christmas from the Belazere family, man. I'm coming to your house right now, man.
Oh my God.
Merry Christmas to all and to all.
A
A happy New Year.
Why do you look like you was...
What's the word?
Huh?
What you gotta say for the league?
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas Eve. Spend time with your loved ones. Have some good soup. Have some grilled cheese. Yeah.
I'm just happy I'm here and that I made it to the vlog. Merry Christmas.
Amen. All right, good people. Welcome to another episode of the Remaining 20s vlog. And this one's particularly special because as you can see by the golden balloons behind me that my wife got me for my birthday, I've officially turned 28 years old, or started my 29th year. I recently clocked that when your birthday comes, or when your birthday passes, you have now completed that amount. You're not entering your 28th year, you're entering your 29th year. So now it kind of makes it all a little bit more serious because I'm like, man, 30 is around the corner and we are here. But the purpose of this vlog is to document / share with you 8 things that I've learned in this year of being 20 or 28. This year has been a lot. I've learned so much. I've started this vlog, I've started this channel, It has been a year of learning, grieving. It has been a year of celebration. And I'm grateful that I took the decision to document all of this, because one day I'll look back 10 years from now and realize, man, I've grown so much. I'll look back and cherish all the moments that I've been able to take along the way. Without further ado, I'm gonna clean up our apartment here, and I'm gonna take you along the journey to identify those 8 things. Let's get into it. All right, so lesson number 1 is to find something we're standing up for or something we're standing behind. I don't know if you've experienced this like me, but this year I have been met with a ton of headlines about what's going on in our streets, in our world, some of which could be super overwhelming and hard to take all at the same time. And so as a result, I found myself either scrolling away or taking too much of a deep dive with no action towards the causes. Kind of this effect of talking about it more and more without having any action to benefit the solution. This isn't to say that I know every single response to the issues that I've come across, but the key thing was that it led to inaction or curling away and trying to ignore the issue altogether. This year, I've come across 2 to 3 organizations by which I wanted to learn a little bit more in or participate in. One of those organizations is Abby's Corner. This organization is very near and dear to my heart because it was founded by one of my good friends and family, the Adewumis, who, in honor of their beloved sister who passed away a couple years ago, unfortunately, they have used this as a cause to raise awareness to rare pediatric cancer called DIPG. And this is one of the ways to honor her story, to tell her story, and to uplift other families that are navigating this illness while also contributing to the research and drawing attention to research. This year, I was able to participate in a 5K, which happened at the Buck Stadium, and it was one of the most memorable runs that I've ever done. And as we were running throughout the stadium from floor to floor, hearing the stories of so many families and children who have gone through the emotions of combating childhood cancer, and also hearing the successes or the advances of research is such an encouraging thing to hear, because it actually makes you see where your emotion and where your dollars are being put at work. And it's a progress and it's a fight. And it was such an honor to participate in this event. The second organization that I've been tracking for quite some time, or been a part of for quite some time, is P4H Global. P4H Global is a organization that is focused on redefining education in Haiti. My wife and I are both Haitian. We have learned about P4H Global from college and have been tapped in ever since, and have made a lot of friends and people that become family along the way. P4H Global has been a life-changing organization for me and my wife. That's a story for another time. But as Haitian Americans, we have often found a difficulty in understanding our connection to the home by which our parents and family have grown up in. The prevailing narrative about Haiti is that it's poor, is that the earthquake happened and we haven't been able to bounce back. It's disinvested, it's crime-ridden. These are some of the words that you hear over and over whenever it's mentioned on national stages. P4H Global works to redefine what aid looks like, as well as what education looks like for kids living in Haiti. And this looks like training teachers to educate our students in Haiti, as well as uplifting education and what it means and how it can transform nations. I, as a Haitian American, have always wanted to figure out a way to contribute to what's going on back at home. Becoming donors and part of the P4H family, we often hear about the success stories and the ways that our dollars are being used for good. We trust the mission and we have seen the impacts of it all. So that's something that has helped me to feel like I'm doing something to contribute to the greater good. The second lesson that I've learned is to figure out what family means to you. I'm unpacking clothes from one of the most memorable family trips that I was able to take. This year, my wife and I decided to start a tradition where one of us would do Thanksgiving with one family and the other would do Christmas or New Year's with the other family. So I got the Christmas card this year, and we were able to visit my brother and sister-in-law in New Jersey. That one is really cool because we flew out the night of my birthday and got back Christmas Eve like at 2 a.m. because of delayed flights. Thank you, Spirit Airlines. A family is super important. For some of us, it might not be biological, it might not be blood. For some of us, it is people that have come along the way and just have come to know us. And I find that to be super, super important that we have this in our 20s because they help ground us and they help encourage us and they give us perspective beyond ourselves. I've had countless times this year where I needed another perspective of someone to see something beyond myself. Times where I was really low, and also in times when on the high where I had a lot of people to celebrate with me. I know that in the past few years, since the pandemic, have been lonely for a lot of people, and people are rebuilding what it looks like to have community. I find this to be a key thing to have in our 20s, because knowing that I have people that are 10 plus years ahead of me navigating life in their 30s, and as I'm about to approach it, I know that I have a wealth of information and resources to tap into as I navigate the years that I'm living now. So, family's important. The third lesson that I would say that year 28 has taught me is to leave room to be changed. One of the ways that I've found myself being changed is through the way that I travel. And travel is such a privilege because I know that not everyone has the opportunity to go from one place to another, or even take time off from work, or get paid while you're taking time off. And I don't take that for granted. And some of the ways that I've learned to travel differently is by traveling as if I'm a local, if that makes sense. This year, one of the most memorable trips that has taught me this is traveling to Guatemala. It's being fully immersed and having very quality conversations with people and having opportunities that I would never have here in the States, at least where I live in the States, that's super accessible. I just remember it being a place of pure beauty, rich in culture, a place of good food, beautiful colors, and the mountains and volcanoes were super mesmerizing. I learned to travel differently by having opportunities to, or seeking out opportunities to go on tours. This is really, I don't even know how to move this. I'll take these apart in the world. But yeah, the next time that you go on a trip to another country, take the chance to go on a tour, or to talk to the barista, or to ask them questions about places that they would go and the things that they would eat. Because what it does is it puts you for a moment outside of your own shoes, and it teaches you to experience something from the eyes of someone else. Take time to listen to the stories of the locals and talk about your connection to the place. Experience something that's completely new in a completely new place and see what it does to you. Because when you come back, you have perhaps new cuisine to try out or new stories to tell other people. I still don't know how to fix this. All right, y'all. So lesson number 5. I'm laughing because I didn't get a chance to record the rest of these lessons. I kind of stopped at 4, and we had a bunch of travel and a bunch of New Year's plans. So at this point, y'all, I've completely lost track of the numbering system that I've created for this video. There is no number 4. The numbers are off. So this video is now all the things I've learned this past year, and not 8 things. Sorry, y'all. Let's just carry on. I did want to share this ironic lesson that I'm still working through, and it's number 5. Distractions cost you time. This has been a big lesson for me that I still believe that I'm carrying into this year. Time is truly a gift, and not to sound poetic or anything, but it is a gift, and I wrestle with being present at some times, and at other times I wrestle with taking too much time. There's this big rush that I'm experiencing right now of feeling like I have to beat the clock For some, that looks like, man, by 25, I need to be married. By 30, I need to have 4 kids. By 35, I need to have started my own business. There's so many aspirational things that I put on myself 10, 15 years ago that when I look back, I'm like, man, everything's going to happen in its timing, you know? But truthfully, I think it's a really, really big learning curve that I'm trying to understand how to make the most of the time that I have. And I have spent a lot of mornings rotting on my phone and just soaking in all this content, all this information, when rather in that time I could have spent it regulating or meditating or preparing, to which later on in the day I feel the effects of the tiredness and the effects of feeling like I'm running out of time or I didn't have enough time to get my task or work done. And so that's something where I've seen the after effects of it in the quality of my work. Like, there's times that I've had to rush because I didn't prepare well. There's other times where I just felt like I should have mapped it all out to get my personal projects done, my work projects done. And so as a result, these are like different wake up calls to establish systems in my life. And so what that looks like is putting barriers of how much social media time I'm using. I'm doing all this because I'm understanding more and more that time is something that's given to you and we need to invest it. There are many instances in the Bible that talk about time and how we should use it. And I'm always convicted about like the parable of the talents. You should read up on that. But in essence, it's this idea of being faithful with your time and faithful with your treasure and your investments. And I am so convicted and challenged by that. Yeah, my goal for the next year is to really, really go after the balance of what it means to slow down on one hand, but on the other hand, know when it's time to transition or wrap things up. I feel like the opposite of a rushed person is someone who puts a little bit too much time or attention or focus on things that don't matter as much. I'm trying to strike a balance between the two. And I think who I'll become at the end of that is someone that's well balanced and disciplined. The days that are given to us are a gift and they are short. They're not promised. So in the ways that we live our life, we pray that we would know how to manage them well so that in the present we'll be super wise about how we use our time. Yeah, I'm going to say this again for these lessons, but my favorite lesson, number 6, is to have the audacity, the freaking audacity to do new things. Try something uncomfortable, try something new, try something that you think is difficult and see how much it changes you. This year, I challenged myself to do a half marathon. And though running has been something that I've been doing for years, I've never ran that long for anything. I've never ran 13.2 miles and I just never had a purpose. I always did 5Ks, 10Ks, all the other ones. And it seems like it was such a goal that was so far out. But I've had friends and family who challenged me. It's like, yo, just do it. You might not know how capable you are. And as I started to train, I started to find that, man, I'm capable of doing this because I'm taking so many reps or I'm doing so many reps and it seems doable. And I remember at the moment that I ran 10 miles, I was like, bro, all I got left to do is a 5K and I'm already doing 5Ks. And though all those difficult runs that I've dreaded, I found at the end of that I was super capable. Come race day, though it was crazy, I remember being super tired. My legs were cramping up. I didn't train well with electrolytes or all the goo gels, but I finished and I was super proud of myself. Another example is before the year ended, I took a chance to take another work exam by which I failed previously 3 years ago. And I told myself, oh, I don't need it. I don't need to take it. I have a fear of failure. I told myself I wouldn't do it again, but I did it. I dedicated time to study. I dedicated resources that I looked out for, and I learned from my past mistakes. And this time around, I passed. I'm saying, had I not done these things that I first deemed as impossible or things that I thought weren't worth trying again, I wouldn't have seen this other side of myself where I'm trying new things often. As we try new things that are seemingly difficult, it bleeds into other aspects of our lives. Even starting a vlog. I started this vlog knowing that I probably am not gonna start off with 1 million followers. The purpose of this is to do it for me and see how much of a better storyteller I'll become. And I'm loving it. Had I not started, I would have never known how much I love doing this, or how less cringy it is for me to speak in public with a camera walking around my neighborhood. All right, so lesson 7, remember God, is I think in the seasons of my life that I've gone through the happy, through the grieving, through the exciting and challenging times, I have learned that God has been with me every step of the way. And I've also learned different aspects of his character. In the time of grief, he was a close friend. In the time of excitement, he has cheered me on. And he set me up with so many opportunities to become a better man. He sent me my wife, fam, and this was our 2nd year of marriage, and he has consistently, through her, showed me his heart for me and challenged me to be better for her. I have been surrounded by such a great community that has been integral to my development as a man and who I've become, and the things that I'm learning about myself and the pursuits that I want to go in the future. He has made me a better leader at work, in my community, and to forget to attribute all of these things to God is to forget who is holding you up this whole time, I believe. That has been such a big lesson that I can't ever forget. Yeah, man, keep God in your life. Keep God in your life. And finally, y'all, lesson number 8. I forgot what lesson number 8 is. Lesson number 8 is to keep trying even if you gotta try it again. Aside from God and community, outside of all that, you really need to be rooting for yourself. And so, as someone who is super imperfect at all of these things that I'm learning, I'm committing to showing up day after day, even if I do not feel like it. Give yourself the grace if there are days where you feel like you don't want to show up. Take the time to take a break or step away. And then when it's time to regroup, jump back on exactly what you said you were gonna do. Establish accountability systems, establish people, invite people into the goals that really matter to you, and figure out a way to get past your own self. Looking forward to a year of growth. There is something burning on the stove. Looking forward to a year of growth, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.